Pokemon Legends Arceus still has so many mysteries yet to be explored. However, that won't stop us from dissecting every little morsel of information we can. Get ready for a few more hidden details we all missed in the newest trailers. Starting with this fun fact, and something I noticed right away when watching the Japanese trailer. The music that plays when Kleavor is revealed in the Japanese trailer gives us more parts to the song. Give it a listen. Cool, huh? Let's compare that to the English version. I much prefer the Japanese version's inclusion of the scary sounding beginning. The beginning portion is much more intimidating and seems to change over as a transition from when we go from fighting in real time to fighting in the Pokemon battle. Either way, this music track is a banger, and I can't wait to play this game even more now because of it. Moving on, we know that enraged Pokemon have red eyes, resembling shadow Pokemon. But did you know they've been officially titled Alpha Pokemon? Okay, a lot of you probably did hear this by now, but let's just think of the implications of that. We've all been speculating who has been causing the Alpha Pokemon to be enraged. A lot of people speculated Giratina, as he's full of dark powers that would cause this sort of catastrophe. A lot of other people, myself included, thought it was Arceus because of how much it seemed implied by the trailers, especially the segment where the narrator says,
Pokemon Arceus holds the key to this story.
If her showing this while showing the Alpha Pokemon come to be wasn't implication enough, one piece of solid evidence completely proves this to be true. These enraged Pokemon are called Alpha Pokemon, and Arceus is known as the Alpha Pokemon. So there we have it. This fact was brought to me by Angelo Semartino, a subscriber of mine who comments quite often. So thank you for the insights as usual, Angelo. Speaking of insights, thanks to another subscriber, MissReal525, we have more lines to draw between the Celestica flute and the Azure flute. As we know, the Azure flute is purple, but named after the color blue, and the Celestica flute is white. They also have completely different shapes, yet they both have special powers that resonate with special Pokemon, and they make the same noise. Miss Real pointed out that Celestica can not only be derived from the word celestic, meaning heavenly and an obvious reference to Arceus' power, but also from the word celeste, which in many romantic languages means sky blue. I do think it's heavily implied the two flutes are connected somehow, although they're definitely not the same item, unless Game Freak redesigned the Azure flute since it technically never released officially. Now let's talk about why Arceus is summoning Alpha Pokemon. It's no secret that my personal theory on who the bad guy is in Legends is Commander Comodo, but there are a lot of subtle design choices that really bring this theory home for me. Aside from having the unwavering trust of everyone around him, which is already a dangerous formula for a disaster, Comodo's design sticks out like a sore thumb compared to those around him. The Galaxy Expedition team, the Diamond clans, and even the Pearl clan all wear very sleek clothing that looks like it's making its way towards modern design. They also seem to want to get closer with Pokemon. However, Comodo seems to have an opposite approach. As Wasapi Uwu pointed out, his clothing thank you for making me say that on this video. His clothing is very jagged and rectangular. He's dressed in a very old-fashioned manner, implying he basks in the old and traditional, and he would need to be dragged kicking and screaming into a modern era. We know he views Pokemon as dangerous creatures, but perhaps this runs deeper than we know so far. I think his will to keep Pokemon and humans separate will spark the alpha Pokemon being activated by Arceus. To top all this off, Commander Comodo's outfit has a strikingly similar color scheme to Giratina, who, as we know, is kind of the anti-existence to Arceus. Maybe we'll actually see Giratina in Pokemon Legends too? We know both Arceus and Giratina can be accessed from Spear Pillar, so maybe something bigger than we expected will happen when we finally reach the pinnacle. The real question, though, is what happened to make Commander Comodo's lineage the good guys, and Captain Cylene's lineage become the bad guys? That's something I'd love to see explained by the end of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Thanks to Reddit user Wisjaris, we've got a screenshot of Rowlet and a grayed out what we assume to be alpha symbol. If this is the case, maybe every Pokemon can have an alpha state? There might be more connections between alpha Pokemon and shadow Pokemon than we think, because this is a similar mechanic to shadow Pokemon, what they had in Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness. It is very curious though, and I want to see what the differences are between having the alpha state and not having the alpha state. Is it just size? Red eyes? What? I assume the power level spikes, but I mean that's all we can really muster at this time. It's all speculation for now, but this was an important detail that I figured we should all take a look at. You guys may or may not have noticed this, but the trees shake to signify if there's a Pokemon in them. Okay, maybe you did notice that, but did you also notice Combee has an actual mouth now instead of it just being a texture on the model? I think it's safe to say we won't be seeing any more JPEG mouths from here on out once Legends releases. Thanks be to that one space nerd for bringing this to my attention. And also, thanks for being a VIP patron. Insert forced Patreon marketing here. Links in the description, please support me so I can do video making full time, you get the deal, yada yada. But seriously, the details don't stop here. You'll notice the Rowlet in the English trailer during the photo taking segment is bigger than the one in the Japanese version. I've gone over this in at least 3 videos by now, but size variations for Pokemon are confirmed, and I can't wait to reset my game over and over just to get the smallest Oshawott. Finally, the last detail you may have missed actually comes from the customization segment of Pokemon Legends' newest trailer. Sure, we're getting some fly clothes and awesome masks, but did you also notice the characters have varying skin color? That's right, no player is left out yet again in Pokemon. Due to recent events and some not so great posts on social media, I feel inclined to point something out. It always baffles me to see others trash this as a negative feature, and just as bad is when they try to undermine how important this level of customization is for everyone. In a game like Pokemon, where the character you play as acts as an avatar for you, there's nothing better than having the option to literally create yourself. I personally never do. Matter of fact, I'll be playing a girl in Pokemon Legends most likely. But for those who just want to have as intimate of an experience as possible, choosing skin color in-game goes a long way to allow everyone to feel important, seen, and heard. I am very grateful for this feature and very happy for those who wanted it and got it. Let's have some fun customizing our characters however we want. And on that note, please let me know what you're most excited for in Pokemon Legends down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, be sure to watch all my other videos on Pokemon Legends Arceus, including my hour-and-a-half long analysis on the latest trailers and my ultimate analysis on the latest Pokemon Presents trailer on Legends. I'll catch you all in the next video, and until then, peace out.